What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of New Music Friday, covering some of the new releases coming out throughout the week of October 17th. We're bringing you the newest, the freshest, the heaviest. Well, I guess not really the heaviest. There are some soft stuff kind of trickled in through here. But anyways, there is some heavy things that we need to talk about, so let's jump into it. We get a new album from Carcosa titled The Axe Forgets, The Tree Remembers. And you have to put that pause in there. The axe forgets, the tree remembers, because I wasn't doing that and I was like, why is the axe forgetting that the tree is going to remember? I don't know. But for those of you who don't know who Andrew Baina is, he is a guitar YouTuber and this is his band. He's a pretty cool dude. I enjoy watching his stuff, and I gotta say, this is like one of the most underrated deathcore bands in the genre, in the community. They're not really talked about enough. In this album, it's going to be fantastic. I highly suggest you guys spin this one. I have a feeling that most of you haven't even heard of them, and you will absolutely not be disappointed. We also get an album from Silly Goose titled Keys to the City. This band is bringing like old school new metal back in a way. They have like a little touch of like Limp Bizkit in them, where like the adolescent child within me absolutely loves it. When I listen to Limp Bizkit now, I just cringe. Even like the older stuff, I can't do it. It takes me back to just weird times. But listening to this band, it's great. They're super, like, I don't know, they're not very like innovative, I guess, within the new metal genre, but like they're the perfect blend of like old school new metal and more modern stuff. And they're just, I don't know, they're just a lot of fun. They kind of remind me of like Incendiary in terms of kind of sounding like Rage Against the Machine, and they have that same vibe, but they feel more mature. And I feel like that's what this band is for new metal fans that used to listen to Limp Bizkit, like myself, and bands that are kind of in the same kind of vein, similar sound. So yeah, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure. We also get a new album from Sabaton titled Legends. I always forget about this band, honestly, until they release something new. And unfortunately, I think the reason why I always forget about them is because they're like just reusing riffs in music now. And like a lot of the new stuff they're releasing, you can go throughout their discography and you can find where that riff has been used before. The opening track and the first single for this album sounds exactly like the riff from To Hell and Back, which is a very, 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 very popular and a pretty cool song. But when you hear it and you listen to the like the first single that they released for this album, it's like, I've heard this before, and it's almost like they're playing it in the same key, everything. There's just a little effect on it to kind of switch it up, but otherwise it's almost exactly the same. And it's in the verse, so it's not like just like a little motif here that they threw in there like a throwback. It's like the same thing. And I just hearing that, I was like, yeah, I don't care to hear this again. I'll go listen to the better version. And in fact, I did go and listen to Hell and Back, and it sounded a lot better. We also have a new album from All Time Low titled Everyone's Talking. First of all, this album cover is awful. I just got to get that out of the way. It's not going to determine if anybody's going to listen to this or not. It's just, it isn't that great. It's like I don't know, like a 14-year-old used like Photoshop or something to try and make it. I really want to like this band. It seems like they're also kind of running out of ideas. At least that's what I get from the singles off of this album. But I don't know. They're totally capable of having bangers within the deep cuts on the rest of the album. So I'm kind of hoping that that's the case. I'm hoping that their comeback is successful, because I do enjoy this band. They're like one of the mainstays within the genre, and I'd like to see them make a good comeback and stay and not just release garbage. 156/Silence is releasing a new single titled Our Parting Ways. In between 156/Silence and 1056, I feel like the two bands are absolutely killing it. They're pushing the genre in new and different directions. Watching People is one of the best albums of 2024, and I'm really stoked to hear what they're going to do next, because it seems like they try new things and they try out different elements and they bring in new just stuff within their songs, and they do a really good job of making it work. And it just makes you very curious on what they're gonna try next, what you're gonna hear on the next new release. We also get a new single from Despised Icon titled The Apparition. It has been way too long since we've gotten an album from this band, and every single just builds on that hype, especially with the song Over My Dead Body, which is full of a bunch of breeze, and it doesn't sound corny, it doesn't sound lame, doesn't sound try hard. It fits and it works, and this band is just doing it. As one of like the OG deathcore bands, I feel like they get away with it because they just know how to throw it in there. It doesn't sound forced. And then they released the single Death of an Artist, which is just as pissed off as possible. I don't know. This album's going to be intense, that's for sure. It's going to have a lot of old school stuff thrown in there, mixed in with kind of like, not really modern deathcore, but I feel like just what this band has grown into over the years. We also get a new single from Angelmaker titled Omen Part 2, featuring Ben Duer. I'm not really that into this band, if I'm going to be completely honest. There's not much to say here, but I will check it out because of the feature. Ben is one of my favorite vocalists, so I'm here for it. We also get a new single from Spite titled Looking Glass, featuring Boundaries. And after the departure of Baby J, huge fan of the drummer, the songwriter, the mastermind that is Darko Us. Not much can also be said about this band either. I know a lot of people love them. I've never really been that into Spite, but then when Baby J joined, I was really excited to hear what he was going to add to the band. I enjoyed the album that he released with them. And then he left, and I'm not really feeling it that much anymore. But again, the feature kind of makes me want to give it a try. We also get a new single from Patient 67 titled The End. I haven't really listened to this band since they released their debut in 2021, I think it was. I listened to the album that came after it, Wishful Thinking, I think from 2022. I listened, not the whole thing, but just a little bit here and there, and it's fantastic. If they kept going in that direction, this band is going to be unstoppable. I hope that they did. I haven't listened. I mean, it's been 3 years, so I don't know what they've done since then. But I have my fingers crossed, because if that's the case, anything they're going to release next, it could be album of the year material, unless if they just went full, I don't know, sellout kind of Architect sound, then they're just going to get washed away and forgotten like all other bands. And that is it for New Music Friday. If I missed anything you guys are looking forward to, leave a comment below letting me know what it is. Also, I'm like 7 subscribers away from 1,500 subscribers, which is not a lot, but it's taking a minute. It's taking a minute to get to the 1,500 mark. If you guys are not subscribed and you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing so I can help. So you could help reach that number. That'd be super cool. It's a huge number. Even like 100 people who are interested in subscribing to me, it just blows my mind, let alone reaching 1,500. That's just insane. So yeah, if you could do that, that'd be a lot. It would mean a lot to me. And also, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like. Doing any of those things helps out tremendously with the algorithm, and I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night whenever you have you watching this, and I will talk to you guys next time.